Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. In today's Skyrim mod help video on PS4, this is also concerning PS5 for anybody using the simple workaround framework. I thought I would give a tutorial for if you have an issue where the framework mod options menu does not display correctly, the cause and very easy fix. So let me show you real quick what I'm talking about. So here you can see when bringing up the mod options menu, the framework, which should be in slot 1, is instead in slot 3, and visual effects remover is in slot 4 instead of slot 2. This was caused because I intentionally uninstalled some mods that relied on the framework and were set in the mod options menu. This will always happen if uninstalling a mod that is set to this menu. It will not happen if it's simply a mod that uses the framework but does not set here. So, for people that just want to know the fix without following the tutorial, you're going to have to disable mods that rely on the framework and the framework itself, force a save, then re-enable it. But for those that want to follow along and see exactly what I'm doing, please understand that I take precautions in doing this. Mod authors always suggest that you never uninstall mods mid-playthrough. Now if you have this issue, then most likely that's exactly what you have done. Still, if you don't feel comfortable in following my tutorial, then don't. Always do what is best for your game. So, if you are going to follow along with this tutorial, first of all, let's force a save in-game. You can do this however you want. I'm simply going to wait in-game 1 hour, which will cause the game to autosave for me. After that, I'm going to go ahead and quit out to the main menu. Now, it's also very important to note that if you have any mods that are save dependent and are using the framework, then this method is not going to work because the saves will be corrupt if the mods are not active. But it should work perfectly fine for any mods that are not save dependent. So in any case, go ahead, load into the creations menu. Now you want to make certain when you load into this menu before going into the load order that the main page for creations loads all the images. The reason for this is there's a bug in the creations menu that will cause the load order to rearrange if you go in there too soon. I'll be back with you guys once my page has loaded. So, 2 years after the page finally decides it's going to load, go ahead and head into the load order itself. Now, want to make certain that you disable the framework itself last. This is a precaution to be extra safe. Find anything that is reliant on the framework and disable that first. So for example, this right here, I'm going to go ahead and disable it. Also, pay no attention to my skeleton being up here. Normally that's placed lower. I'm running a test with it here right now. Also, I know TK's interface overhaul will rely on the framework, so it has to be shut off as well. The reason for this is even though it doesn't go into the mod options menu, so like say I were to delete that, it wouldn't cause the problem. Everything in the framework has to be shut off, as the framework itself has to be shut off to get the options for its menu to go back to the first slot. I'll be back with you guys after I've checked to make certain everything is off. Okay, so I only had a few mods that actually relied on the framework, but it's always better safe than sorry. So once you are certain that everything that relied on it is off, go ahead and shut the framework itself off. Now after doing that, go ahead, go back out to the main menu, which will cause you to reload files, select OK. Now very important, I would suggest is anytime you have made changes in the load order, you reload your files, completely close the Skyrim app. That's what I'm going to do, so I'm going to save my footage here. Once I'm back on the main menu, close app. I'll be back with you guys a little later on. Okay guys, I am back. Go ahead and select continue to use the current save that we are working with. Select yes. Get a notification of what we have disabled. Make certain to pick no here. Make certain you do not activate it yet. Go ahead and select yes, continue loading. Here, make certain that you pick current to use a current load order. That way you don't accidentally rearrange your mods. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut my footage again for time. I'll be back with you guys once I'm in game. Okay, so at this point all we're going to do is force another save. Now this save will not have the mods active, and because they aren't, they're cleared out of the current ongoing save. So once it has auto-saved, go ahead and once again quit out to the main menu and go back into the load order following the steps that you did before. It's time to reactivate everything. I'll be back with you guys in about another 2 years. Drives me nuts how long it takes to load. Okay, head back into the load order. This time, turn the framework itself on first, and then find anything that you shut off before, and go ahead and switch it back on. And once I've done that, then I'm going to go ahead and head back into the game one more time to show you that the fix has worked. So, back with you guys after I've reloaded the files. And just like before, I suggest that you completely close out the Skyrim app when you've done this. Okay, for the final time, let me go ahead and show you that this has worked. So go ahead and select continue to use current save, and we should get a notification that the load order has changed since we did reactivate those mods. Make certain to select current here so that you don't accidentally rearrange the load order. Okay, so first thing to do is go ahead and bring up your magic menu. Head over to powers. The reason that we're doing this is because when we disabled the framework itself, it removed it from R1. So now to set to R1, let me go ahead and hit it. And you'll see that the mod options menu now is fixed with the framework in slot 1 where it's supposed to be, and visual effects remover in slot 2, and then whatever you would have, going on. Now, please keep in mind that if you disable or delete a mod that requires the framework but does not set to this menu, then you won't have the error. But any mod that does set to the mod options menu, if you disable it and continue a save, or you delete it and continue a save, then the error will occur again and you'll have to do the fix that I've showed. So, I know the video wasn't very entertaining. I'm going to try to make cuts where I can, where hopefully it's not too long. As well, check it for possible record errors. PS4 has been working with me a little bit better lately and not doing it, but I never know. In any case, I hope that this tutorial video was helpful for those that might need it. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Hope it helped you out. Take care. This has been a Streaming Freedom Video Bulletin via the Eyes Only Informant Net. Peace out.